Hey guys, and welcome back. So, why did I start my YouTube channel? Hey guys, and welcome back. So, I'm Eli from Adventures of Eli, and obviously, right, of course. So, I got tagged in a video called Why I Started My YouTube Channel. So, Blue Collar Backcountry. I don't know if any of y'all watch his channel. I'll keep a link down below of his channel. He's been doing YouTube for many years now, and kind of popped up on his radar, so he tagged me in this video. So basically the video is about why did I start my YouTube channel. So before we even get into that is why did I start the Adventures of Eli. So in mid of 2018, basically, well actually let's just go even before that. So when I was little, basically my grandparents would always take me vacationing every summer, 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. I would go on adventures with my parents, and it would be RVing or tent camping, or and I was so small, I just didn't really appreciate the travels that my parents did for me. And so as I got older, I went to college, I had my own life, and I just never traveled anymore. I never saw the need to it, and it was never a hobby. And I became very sedentary. For a while, my fiance at the time, now my wife, was like, you need to find a hobby. And so we went on a few camp trips, nothing like just basic, car camping. And she really enjoyed it. And then she was just like, hey, you kind of need to find a hobby, you need to do something, And so one day I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna start backpacking. And she kind of laughed at me. And so I just kind of bought the gear, and she didn't think I was serious at the time. So I just bought a ton of gear, backpacks, filled the thing up, and just went. And that kind of began the Adventures of Eli on Instagram. And my very first trip on the Adventures of Eli was I drove to the Appalachian Trail and hiked for like 3 days. So if you go to my Instagram page, The Adventures of Eli, and you just go all the way to the bottom, you'll see my very first backpack and me at the Appalachian Trail, trailhead, taking off. Didn't know nothing about anything back then. And it hasn't been that long, but I've learned a lot, and it kind of inspired me to go, because at the time I was kind of watching like Darwin on the Trail and Tim Watson Outdoors, and I kind of picked up on Blue Collar Backcountry back then as well. And I just watched these guys, they went outside, they traveled, and it kind of reminded me of when I was little and watching those, kind of like watching my grandparents always have a camera or always taking pictures, And I was like, you know what, I could do the same, I can record, I can shoot, put it on Instagram, see what people think. And it was more of an inspiration, because I kind of got inspired by these, big time hikers that through hiked, and even if they were just a weekend warrior, it was very inspiring to see if I could do those things, and then also to pay it back to the community and put it back on YouTube and Instagram to see if I can inspire others to do the same. And so it kind of began that way. And then I had my Instagram account for a couple months, and I started talking to Tim Watson Outdoors, and he's like, hey, just go for it, post your video on there and see how it goes. My first video was, I think it was my pack of the Lone Star hiking trail. And I actually ended up never going, because it ended up being a monsoon of a month, and that trail just stayed flooded for so long. And I don't really monetize YouTube. I do it for the community. I don't do it to make money. I don't do it to, get my name out there. I have a very small following, and it started about a year ago, almost a year. I think December will be a year since I've had my YouTube channel. Basically, as I've gone on little small hikes or little small adventures with family, or just myself, or me and my wife, we just recorded the the outings we had, and hopefully people enjoy watching that. That's kind of how it all began, and kind of all started was I just started posting and kind of took examples from other people and just try to inspire new people that want to watch. And I don't do a lot of learning. It's more of just like, hey, I'm gonna go hike this trail, or gonna go to this state park, and That's basically how I got kind of started in YouTube and my Instagram account. It was more of just, hey, let me go see if I can actually do this, you know, being inspired by these other big YouTubers. And then it just kind of spiraled from there. So that's kind of how it started. That's where it kind of began. Appreciate all you guys that watch. You know, please forward this video to others. But that's why I started my YouTube, to inspire and just to kind of get out there and enjoy it. And now it's more of a hobby. I really enjoy sitting down, editing videos, creating different camera views, and just kind of playing with trickery of videography and lighting and audio and all these different things. So it's kind of brought on a hobby in itself, and the meantime as well. To pass the tag along, so I'm going to pass this on to a gentleman I've been watching for a while named Restless Outdoors. If anybody check it out, I'll have a link down at the bottom with his channel. Most people have seen him. He's pretty hilarious. Got some classic Restless videos out there. And the other individual I like to tag is Bryce Newbold. I've watched a lot of his adventures. He's inspired me to, you know, to go out. He's another Ohio YouTuber out there. So Restless and Bryce, if you see this, I'm gonna tag you guys. And anyway, appreciate you guys, and appreciate everybody that subscribes and that follows. And I'll see you guys on the next one.